Today talk the hero linked list. Without further ado, let's start establishing everything per se. We're doing linked list. Obvious argue brute force against linked list. Conditions. There's the after. And obvious before. And as much we confused with the topic, that's why we need to go to the playout series per se. So I think is at the grand scheme of things is to actually check. We want to actually check whether cycle or no. So either there's a cycle or there's no cycle. Basically that's that. So that's the overall grand game of the things. So without further ado, we go. So obvious over here it just show two case scenario. One is that that the case A, so they establish the slow pointer and the fast pointer, and obvious that one case scenario is that the fast pointer reaches the null, that means no cycle, but if the fast cycle meets the slow pointer, that means there's actually a cycle that's going on. So there's these two case scenario that will actually be established. That means got cycle, that means fast pointer reaches now. But for the second case scenario is that the fast pointer reaches the slow pointer. So both the fast and slow meet together. So that's the overall grand game. So without further ado, so we initiate the FNS at the starting point, and obviously slow pointer will move one position, fast pointer will move double positions, comes to here. So we play out the basically the scenario where it reaches now. So fast pointer comes over to here per se, reaches the null, so once, so I mean doesn't matter where the slow pointer is, as long as the fast pointer reaches the null, case is closed. But now we play the second scenario where if there's a cycle. So if there's a cycle, obvious that the fast pointer will eventually meet the slow pointer when there's a cycle. So let's play it out. Fast pointer will shift over here, come over here, F will land over here, S will also move, obvious. Slow pointer moves here, F will come to here, and S will reach out to here. So they both meet, then we meet until this situation. It reaches the slow, and therefore we return that there's actually a cycle per se. So with that, I think we just displayed the Freud's tortoise and hare. But to be honest, what I really cared about is how the mechanics of the slow and fast pointer, how they actually maneuver to be able to actually reach our two different objectives. That's all I cared about. If anything, get inspired. Um, I just feel that this question is very not linked list per se. I do know that there's like different types of like linked list, but for this one specific, it's it's really talking a lot about to do with um, um, the slow and the fast pointer. I think it's one of like the subtopic under linked list category is this one thing, and this property when I do check with it like we aren't gonna think so hard. We're gonna let, see the playout series. So the playout series obviously it actually helps us whether to actually check God cycle or not. So one of the property is that it checks cycles, and one of the just nice the rule book they are really basically they are asking us to do is check whether it's God cycle or not. And if you were to ask me specific, I just feel that when you come to Leetcode questions, there's questions that ask you about testing of um, hero with spells, a spelled hero, or a hero, a raw hero. So um, one very good way to actually talk about this, I think, is the Maple story. Do you have a job or not? If you are staying beginner level 200, I think that that there are those type of questions per se. But this question is very much asking about a job hero. So maybe say a magician, your warrior, your thief, what not have you. And yeah, it's that it's towards that part. I just feel that this Leetcode question specific is driving us towards talking about this job series, these warriors, these magicians. It's not talking about questions to do with a beginner Maple Story character per se. And when I talk about the beginner to level 200 players, those questions, it's gonna test a lot of like logic. The Leetcode question is gonna go a lot more logic sense. It's gonna require more thinking. It's gonna require you to think about, oh, how am I gonna play with like the before conditions and want play with their rules, and I need to actually come up with heroes to actually come into play and actually maneuver around the map per se. That one will be much more different, but for questions to do with heroes, like characters with heroes with jobs per se, very straightforward. As you can see, this one very straightforward. Whatever the Leetcode question is asking is basically check whether got cycle or not. And guess what? Our linked list slow fast pointer, one of the properties is actually to do this, whether to check God cycle or not. And obvious for the grand scheme of things is that we whether we our fast pointer is reaches or no, a case 1. Fast pointer reaches to a slow pointer, case number 2. And obvious, I will really say that we always come back to this, like so how do you actually argue brute force against this hero? And every time I always talk about this is to actually say that this hero with jobs, they smartly maneuver around the map. They smartly maneuver around the map, whereby they will go here and here and here. But whereas brute force, let's go one by one by one by one. it moves pretty much very dumbly and what not have you. It does have its pros and cons and what not have you. That's how our computers are built in the first place. Very brute forcey sort of thing. But when we come into a Leetcode question, where we talk about heroes with jobs per se, this is what we're gonna do. This is we talk about this, how they actually smartly maneuver around the map and eventually gets our answer, whether check whether got cycle or not. Yeah, I think with that, yeah, everything comes to an end.